Hey, how's it going? I want to take a look at my professional office for the day. Here's my producer. This is my props. It's my oxygen, lights, and then there's the microphone, laptop, sustenance. We are recording. We are live in Dallas, Texas. My name is Dr. Morgan, and you are alive. So make sure you take advantage of that. So, I had my colleague the other day said he looked my podcast, looked and watched my podcasts, and he said, "Man, that was some boring shit, eh? You need to get some blue screens or something, and you need to talk to another person because it's weird, eh? Like you're just talking to yourself, and you start talking about guys with their clothes off, and I just really tuned out." But he's the kind of guy who watches something for a few seconds. There's no action scenes of shooting. He'd probably fall asleep because he's had too much Hungry Jacks. Food coma. That's Burger King for you Yanks. So what's been happening? What's up? What's up with you? It's Easter holidays, and it's pretty exciting stuff, hey? Jesus died and reborn. It's also a nice opportunity to rest your weary bones because it's hard work being alive, isn't it? Fuck it. I'm so keen for this. I'm not going to spill a drop, but fried rice. This is my main meal. I make this every Christmas, New Year's, Thursdays. Such a good meal. You get some flavorings, some rice, some protein, mix it all together, and that's what life's all about. So, I had in my mind that I'm going to eat fried rice on my bed and make a podcast. For some reason, I just do what the voices in my head tell me to do because he's the boss. I'm just the messenger. Oh, you know what I hate? When people talk and they got like mayonnaise or some kind of saucy seasoning on their mouth. Disgusting. Have a bit of etiquette. And we live in a tough world. We do unnatural things. We have to work all the time, always comparing ourselves to the Kardashians. So, the least we can have in this world is a safe place at a dinner table where you don't have to see people's saliva gland exhalation as they moist and they in a moist fashion they masticate on their nutrients. No. You don't want to see that unless that's your thing. So, life's been good in the sense of external events casting their spell upon me, but my internal flow has been not overly positive because there's so many things in this world trying to corrupt you, trying to make you sick. And me, I'm not perfect. I get sucked into those vices as well. We're talking about marriages before. My neighbour just got married, went to Tassie. And if someone's been together like 10, 15 years, and then like their early 30s, and they decide to get married, like has it really changed much? Because Kati's position is love and the ceremony behind the wedding. It should be like a sense of innocence and naivety and potential. It's supposed to be a holy matrimony where everyone's attention is focused on the beauty and necessity of love. And maybe some people are just there to get drunk and get fucked. But, the whole idea of it is about focusing your precious attention on something bigger than yourself. I mean, it's a tough world out there. You want to make sure that you got two parents to look after you. You want to stick together. I just don't think it's right for a little kid to have someone coming and going all the time. Like even me, my parents were together, but My sister, older sister, she always had boyfriends, and she'd bring them over, introduce them to the family, and they'd only been dating a few months or a few minutes. And I would hate that. I'd get attached, because I'm a bit of a hermit. And so, if I get close to someone, I used to get real close to them. I'd pour my heart and soul out, because I don't talk to many people. So if I do, give it all, and then when they leave, it's like, well, fuck that. I'm not doing that again. What's the point? But now I'm the total opposite. Now that I'm a mature age man, I put heaps of effort into small interactions with people, acquaintances. Like, I'm an expert at those quick altercations, quick communication sessions, and I'll get straight to the point. I'll get deep straight away. I mean, I don't mind the small talk, but I'm very happy to go straight in for the kill. But I don't try to pursue long-term friendship. I better shut that door because I don't want to disturb my girlfriend's dad hearing me talk shit, especially when he can't understand me. Plus, I'm a bit emotional. I'm a bit expressive, overly expressive. Everyone knows that, but no, but he likes me. He likes my Instagram videos. So, yeah, my fiance, she keeps asking, when are we going to get married, Shervy? And I'm like, well, you just delayed it an extra year because of that question. Obviously, we're a partnership. We decide everything together. But there always has to be a leader. But you can be a leader of different things. I always think those people that take little things too seriously, it's because they haven't got any big passion in life. So they overcomplicate small things because their life is boring. And they put their work energy or their spiritual energy into the wrong department. Let's say you have no power at work, you have no hobbies, you don't work out. So when someone disobeys your authority at home, for example, you're going to take that way too serious and get upset by that because it's an indication of all those other times you are powerless and you felt unheard. And this is just the perfect opportunity to vent on someone close to you in the comfort of your own home. So the problem is people get really shocked. Why is this person picking on me? They're supposed to love me. Why are they being so aggressive or vindictive or conniving or manipulative? Well, it could possibly be that you're not to blame. You're not the simple evil party. You could just be an innocent party who happened to be at the right place at the wrong time. And that's very unfortunate because if you're a sensitive being, you may really internalize their misguided emotions onto you, and then you walk around with a stoop in your step. Your ego is like 4 out of 10 when it should be 7 out of 10. Man, I think it's good to be a little bit crazy like me. I've always thought I'm going to be expected for great things. So I don't really take any interaction in life too seriously because I always feel like I'm too good for it. So I don't really care if I don't have any friends. I don't care if my girlfriend leaves me. I don't care if my family doesn't talk to me because I always know that as long as I have my mind and my health, that's all that matters. Everything else is just trivial. I mean, of course, I love my fiance. I like my family, love my family and stuff, but when you have a certain set of skills, particularly rapport building skills, you're like a gypsy. You can go anywhere in the world and just pack up in a little suitcase and start anew. Especially when you've got a versatile work description. You can work in administration, you can work hands-on, or you can work in a sales basis. And there is a benefit and a negativity about that. Obviously, the positivity is that you don't get easily hurt because you don't take anything too seriously. But the bad part is you never really apply yourself like 80% of your capability because you always feel like you're saving yourself for a different scene. Like, oh no, this isn't really me, so I'm not going to put blood, sweat, and tears into it. I'm just going to be mediocre. But I mean, I do take my health seriously, but not too seriously. Like I had a bottle of wine yesterday. Red wine. But then today, I woke up and did lots of push-ups, man. So it counteracts. But I see how easy it is to fall into sinful ways. Like, I was just watching Timcast with Ben Shapiro last night at about 2:30 a.m. And I was seeing how the cartoonist and Ben Shapiro, like, they may be hardworking, but they seem a bit too stressed. They don't seem like looking after themselves physically. Like, they're both not fit. And they may argue, well, it's because I'm busy, I've got a family, I'm working a lot, I'm in a high-stress job. But what they don't understand is they'll be 10 times better at their job if they were in shape, because they wouldn't overcomplicate little things because they've vented out their energy in a positive direction. Like Ben Shapiro was telling this story. He had an appearance recently at a school, and there was a young African-American male who identified as a mathematician and physicist because he was an undergraduate study. And this young gentleman, he made all these personal vindictive attacks on Ben Shapiro's relationship and his wife and his sexuality. And Ben Shapiro is saying, look, I don't really bother these people. If they're just making like below the belt attacks, I just realize that they can't argue with that because there's no logic to it, and it's nonsensical. But I was thinking, if I was in those shoes, I would have like egged him on. I would have like played his game. I mean, I know I try to be diplomatic, I try to be polite, but if someone's shit talking me, if they're getting really conniving and like gossipy, I know those people. I grew up in Perth, West Australia. That's my bread and butter. Talking shit behind your back, or even in your face, like fighting. I know that. And if you're trying to get low, get all emotional, I'll play your game. I'll stoop to your level. But I still have like politeness about me. But I think you have to fight fire with fire sometimes. I would stare at him right in the face. I'd be like, right, I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm a shit lover. Yeah, I'm gonna make me come. So what? I mean, we're not talking about coming here. We're talking about the history of America and like politics and growth and society. This is not about how much my woman moans at 11 p.m. on a Friday night. If you want to like get real personal, let me look at your history. Let me look at every single one of your sexual experiences since you were 5 years old. Right? You want to get deep and personal? How about I get a research team, come back in 24 hours, and I'll get them to research your family, your credit history, your father's credit history, and we'll talk about this. We'll get together. I'll look at every single little. I'll even hack your account and find out what kind of drugs you take, which hand you jerk off with. I'll find out how many hours you sleep a day, and we'll come together. Because if you want to get personal, let's get personal. I just think that Ben Shapiro, he may be really skilled. He's fast talking. He's a good researcher, academic, but he hasn't got enough street smarts. You gotta hang out. You gotta go to parties. You have to get started on. You have to do some hands-on work. I know Ben Shapiro said he really valued his community as a kid, like when he converted to strict Orthodox Judaism. he moved area near a synagogue, and he really appreciated the community and the small town appeal, like getting to know people, like not just because they're celebrities, but because they are wise older people, which is great. And he said he went running during COVID just to get a break from his kids because they're intense. But that's just not enough. Like, if you're in a high position of a power like that, you should be doing a lot of exercise because, like Joe Rogan says, he works out with intense resistance exercise because he battles his body so he doesn't battle people with that energy. Because, I mean, if you're a youngish man, you've got warrior instinct. And if someone is talking smack to you, you want to fight them. But if you're fatigued, your muscles already, you're not going to get overly stressed in that situation because you've already burnt out that extra energy. Chokara, seo. And I could see the cartoonist. Sorry, I don't remember his name. The cartoonist on Timcast. I could just see he was so stressed. He was really nervous at meeting Ben Shapiro because obviously Ben Shapiro is a big deal. And his mic wasn't working properly. What the hell was that about? I just think people undervalue that because, like, I was just so easily corrupted by sin yesterday. But today, because I started the day in a healthy way, I feel invincible. So I'm thinking, people like Bill Clinton, because he didn't lift weights, maybe that's why he fucked Monica Lewinsky. And maybe that's why he started all those wars and did all these deals with these bankers to, like, change the culture to keep people in crime and keep women trying to obsess with their career and thinking that getting drunk at a club and finding a new man the day after you break up is the best way to deal with things. Man, how good is fried rice, eh? Good shit, man. It's a duck's nuts. I think it's good to have a break from breakfast. Like, people are obsessed with having cereal and shit when they first wake up. It's like, bro, give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance to wake up. And if you've got a good diet, you should have enough energy in the morning for the first few hours without shoving down some more calories down your throat. Yeah, I really want to start interviewing guests, actually, because I get a real rush when I talk to people and it's a good chat. When we're vibing off each other, it's endorphin release. And it's a lot harder by myself, especially when I haven't got notes. Like all the other podcasters, they always have like a schedule. Like they change the screen. They go like on a news clip and respond to that. So yeah, I went to beach yesterday for Easter. That was really nice. I organised it. I had like a lamb on a spit, rotating, but it took too long. So we ended up just putting it on the barbecue. And that was highly effective. My mum was busy though, unfortunately, hanging out with her boyfriend over Easter and working. My dad's in Dubai. You know what? I might just make it an early one. Finish it now because fuck it. I always have a million great ideas, but I never write them down. And I always know, as I think of those ideas, I'm always saying to myself, oh, later on, you're going to regret this. You know you should write this down. And I'll be like, you know what? I have this little moment where I think about pessimism. I'll be like, oh, well, because I'm true to my heart and I'm authentic and I'm passionate and I'm impulsive, I'll never be successful anyway. So I may as well just not even apply myself. Because I see people like you are here, and I see people like Sam Tripoli, and because they are impulsive and true to their heart and intelligent, they are purposely shadow banned, and their content is always undercirculated because the people, the left-wing radicalists who have this extreme vision, and they feel like they have the ability to know what's right for you. They're smarter than you. You're just a petty peasant, and they are the aristocracy. They are the oligarchs. They are the gods. And they tell you what to believe. They tell you what's good, what's bad. They'll tell you what to eat. They'll tell you what to fuck. They'll tell you what to watch, what to listen to. Sam Tripoli, Ethan Schaefer, me, we will never be successful because we are true. We have heart. And the people with heart should be assassinated, just like JFK, because you're a dog cunt. Just do what you're told, obey. Just shut up, take the fucking vaccine, you dirty cunt.